Here are the three fundamental ways to add animations to SwiftUI views. 1. You can use the global function with animation. 2. You can use the animation modifier. And 3. You can bind animations to a SwiftUI view, so anytime the view changes, you also animate some changes. You have noticed in this example, all the circles move from one place to another instantly, so we don't have any animation. Let's begin with using the global function with animation to simply add animations to any SwiftUI view. I have defined these three state variables to illustrate each of the examples. For the first example, we want to animate the circle to move from the left to right by tapping a button. All you need to do is to wrap the state inside with animation. So let's remove the final animation state and add with animation. Inside the closure, I'll paste it. Once we tap the button again, you have noticed we now have smooth transition. If you wrap a state change inside with animation, by default you get smooth spring animation. If you don't want to use the default spring animation, you can also customize the animation by bringing parentheses and specifying how you want the animation to be. So here we are using easing out with a custom duration, and that creates a seamless animation. For the second example, we want to use the animation modifier. So over here, I will add the animation modifier to the circle. Once we do that, we need to specify two parameters. Over here, you can use spring animation or eased animations. The next is the value parameter. So over here, we are using the state variable we defined for the animation. So tapping the button, we add a smooth spring animation to the circle. Lastly, we can use animation for mapping interactions. So for this example, we don't have any animation here. I'll scroll down and add the animation. This example uses a slider with two parameters, the value parameter. Since we are binding the state variable to the slider, we use the $sign followed by the state variable we defined here. For this example, we set the in parameter as a range. We want to move the circle from an offset of 0.0 to an offset of 260. So we can attach the animation modifier to the binding value and also specify the animation we want to use. If I drag the slider now, you have noticed we have a smooth animation. We can also customize the animation further. For example, let's copy this spring animation and use it. So I'm going to remove the easing out animation and add a spring. We can also customize the spring further and make it more bouncy. We have more bounciness